what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Hey everyone, welcome to the Farming Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, listen, today is, what is today? Today is Tuesday, and I am fixing another dinner, and it's one of those situations where if the family can come, they come. If they can't, that's fine. They don't have to. So I'm doing cube steak and gravy, mashed potatoes, green beans. I did the pasta salad. We still have some pasta salad, and I did the lemon pie, lemon blueberry pie. I mean cake, not pie, cake. And we're gonna make homemade biscuits, so, or my probably Formula L biscuits. I don't think I have enough heavy cream to do my 2 ingredient biscuits, but anyway, I have been over at the farm. As you can tell, that's where I'm leaving from. In fact, hang on, I got a little funny to show you, but first let me just go ahead and say that if you're new here, welcome. I am Leslie. I am the Farming Pastor's Wife, and you're actually down on my farm right now. And if you haven't subscribed, let me tell you, you're gonna get lots of cooking videos, lots of farming videos, day in the life of, vlogging style, grocery hauls. You're gonna get a little bit of everything here. So just, if you haven't subscribed, do it now. Why not? It helps my channel. It lets me know that people are engaged. Be sure to leave me a comment, thumbs up, all the good stuff. And I say welcome. And if you're not new here and you're back, welcome back. Guys, you know how much I love you. So hey, we had a little fun moment at the chicken house earlier today. So let me run that footage real quick while I'm driving home. And what happened was Bryant was climbing up. Well, he was going to check the feed bin. So before he climbs up, he has to pull this rope that has a handle on it that opens the lid. Well, the rope broke, and so anyway, he climbs up, and he forgot to take the handle with him, and so I'm trying to get the handle up to him. So stay tuned. It's just like, I really thought I could throw it to him. But anyway, so hang on to that. We'll run that footage right now. Okay guys, this is gonna be a hoot. Let me cut the gator off. Our handle from our feed bin broke, and Bryant wants me to throw it to him. So I'm not sure how and where I'm gonna set this up that you guys can see. That's not a good spot. I don't know where to set it up. I'm trying to get this because this might be hilarious.
Don't worry about your rope, just throw the handle.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, you guys saw Leslie a little earlier trying to throw me the rope to the feed bin up here, and she couldn't do it. She tried. Only thing she could do was lash over the feed bin. But anyway, I had to get up here and get this taken care of. Let me show you where I'm at. Up way high on top of the farm. Man, what a beautiful view. Showing you guys around. Let me show you. I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing. See that little hinge right there? This rope, this new rope has got to go around there. Okay, I've pulled. That's the old rope. That's the new rope. You can see it. I've already pulled it up here. Got a knife right here to cut it when I'm done. I'm gonna tie it off right here. Daniel's down there. You can't see him, but Daniel's down there. He's gonna cut the slack down there so we can have it right. But anyway, sometimes, occasionally, when a man wants a raise, look out there. When a man wants a raise, he's just got to get up high and get a raise. All right, let's knock these out. I got 2 to fix. All right, here we go. We're going to cut this off right here. Get a little excess rope, okay? It's going to hang right here. Let me show you what we're doing. I'm going to put it right through right here. Good boy. About like this. Here comes my boss man back from Pilgrims. Don't know what he's doing, but he's back. Let's see what he wants. All right, do a little fixing. Right there, she hangs right there. There we go. All it is to it.
So let's get started on supper. We are going to have cube steak. This is Bryant's all-time favorite meal. And so that's what we're doing tonight. And let me give you a little work harder, not smarter. No. You know what I meant. Work smarter, not harder tips. I made a sausage casserole in this. This needs to be washed. And so instead of dirtying up another dish to dredge my meat in, I just wiped out the crumbs in this because I got to wash it anyway. And we're going to use it to dredge the cube steak in. So what I've done over here is I have my cube steak out. I don't know how many is going to show up for supper, but I think everybody, but I'm not sure. And so I don't know that it's enough. So I'm going to get a ham steak out and just do a ham steak. Maybe the boys would prefer the ham steak. But I think they like the cube steak and gravy. So I don't know if we're going to have enough, but hey, we're going to make do. So that is just salt and peppered on both sides. That's all I've done. So let me dip out some self-rising flour in this container and I'll meet you back right here. All right, so to our flour, I'm going to add a little bit of this Steakhouse seasoning by Kinder's. It's the buttery steakhouse. It's one of our favorites. You do not have to add this. Remember, if you use self-rising, I pretty much always fry with self-rising flour. And it already has some salt in it. So you really don't have to worry much about seasoning. I'm just adding a little bit. Not a whole lot. I have about probably 1/4 of an inch of oil in my frying pan here, and I'm going to get it going and let it start getting hot. And while that's going, I'm going to dredge my meat and get it nice and coated in the flour. And what I do is I coat it really well and just lay it up off to the side. And I like to take my fingers and push the flour kind of onto it just to be sure it's got a good hold. And then I'm just going to kind of lay it over to the side. I think I may cut this large one. I may cut it. Let me get a knife. Oh, I got one. I know I'm not adding meat, but it does make it go a little further. Now this is the cube steak. I make it all kinds of ways. I'll just fry it up and not make a gravy or do the gravy on the side. And when I do it that way, it's often tough. And it just depends on the cube steak. And so I don't like doing it that way because I never know if it's going to be tough or tender. I do one where I put the cube steak, I layer it with onions, put it in the crock pot. I don't even sear it. I just start it directly in the crock pot. And then I have this way. And this way has proven to be Bryant's favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite. So we're going to actually brown this in my skillet, and then you'll see I have my crock pot container here. I'm just going to brown them and put them right in there, and then we're going to make a gravy and pour over it and just let them finish cooking in the crock pot. It's going to be amazing. All right, so we have a few more here. I don't think I'm going to have enough, so I'm going to go grab that ham steak out of the freezer in just a minute. Oh, almost done. And if you'll hang tight, I'll show you how I tell if my oil is hot enough. Of course, it's moving around a little bit, so let's see. Oh yeah, we're almost there. Doesn't take that burner long. I think by the time I get the other one coated, my last one coated, I'm about to sneeze. It's pepper on the cube steak, I guess. All right. I believe we're ready. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but that little rain sound, that's what you want. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to get a clip, put my hair back, and get some chicken broth ready. So we are not frying these until done. We are just browning them. And then after we brown them, we're going to transfer them right into our crock pot. I'm actually going to turn that one over just a little bit. And now we're going to start our next batch in. One of my sweet viewers sent me this meat turner thing, and I love it. I used to use my blending fork, and I loved it too. It worked great. Loved it. But this one is super simple. All right, we're just going to brown these just like the rest. I'll bring you back when we get them all brown and it's time to start making the gravy. So with this way of doing it, putting it in a crock pot, you don't have to worry, am I overcooking it? Is it not done? How long do I need to cook it? And is this one's thicker than this one? Should I fry them together? It doesn't matter. All you have to worry about is just getting it browned on each side. And then you just, after you get them brown, you place them in your crock pot. So these are the last two I have. I'm going to get these browned on each side, get them in here, drain a little bit of my grease off, and then we'll be making a gravy to pour over it. And I'll bring you over here and much closer when we get ready to do that, so you can see exactly how it goes. So I drained a little bit of the grease, but what I like to do, even before I drain it, is kind of tilt my pan and eyeball about how much grease I have. And then I like to look and see if there's anything that looks like it might be burnt flour. Now you want to leave some of this tidbits because, oh my goodness, that's the good stuff right there. And so you want to leave some of that, but if it looks burnt, go ahead and take it out. Now I had cut my burner off, so I'm going to cut it back on. And I'm going to add some flour. And I add equal parts of flour to fat. But this time, you may want to get it a little bit heavier on the flour side, just because you're going to need a lot of gravy. And we're going to thin it down pretty good, because the reason we're going to thin it down is because it'll thicken as it cooks in this crock pot. So what I'm going to do is just stir this around and kind of make a paste like, and I want to cook all that raw flour taste out. I need to grab me a pot holder just so I can hold the pan. I believe my sweet viewer, Mary Mitchell, sent me this gravy. It may be an egg whisk, but I use it for gravy and I love it. Now I like to cook mine a good amount of time just to be sure I've cooked off that raw flour taste. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to this. And this is the oil I took off. So I'm just going to add a little bit in here, not a lot. I don't think it needs much. Now, for the liquid, you can use anything you want. I'm actually going to use chicken broth. I don't have any beef broth, so I'm actually going to use chicken broth. I don't know how milk would go, but I'm sure it would be fine. In fact, I usually make my gravy with milk, but for this, I've always used chicken broth or some type of broth or water. And if we run out of chicken broth, if I don't have enough, we can definitely add water to it to make it go further. So that's what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to start adding a little bit of chicken broth. And I did not have any fresh chicken broth, so I just made mine out of water and bouillon granules. I'm going to turn my burner down just a little bit, and we're going to need some more. And like I said, when you're adding your liquid, you want to add to make it on the thinner side. And so it's really thick. And so I'm going to keep adding liquid until I get it on the thinner side. And even when it's cooking in here, I may look at it and say, oh, you know what? I need to add some more water to that. And that's fine to do that. But we're going to add it in here while I still have it going. You just don't want to overflow your frying pan. And as far, you know, we were talking about the seasoning a while ago and that Kinder's stuff, Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse I put in the flour. You remember the self-rising flour already has some salt in it. So you don't have to add a lot of that or any seasoning for that matter. The main thing I would worry about is salt and pepper in my steaks. I'm going to add some chicken broth one more time. I want it just a little bit thinner than it is. Just because, like I said, it's going to thicken up in there as it cooks. We're going to turn the crock pot on low. In fact, let me go ahead and, I've already got it plugged up. I don't have it on. And that's about the consistency. I like it right there. It's thick enough that you can tell it's a gravy, but it's still thin enough that it has room to continue to thicken in there. So I'm going to let it kind of start to bubble again, just one last time. You know, frying makes a mess. And I guess that's why I don't do it as much as I would like to. I love you. My memo, my thing to say is that the grease is hot enough. You can fry anything. I love to fry. But boy, does it make, and I guess the older I've gotten, the more the mess bothers me. And unfortunately, I don't have like a little assistant walking around behind me with a rag cleaning up everything. I wish I did. Think we can get Bryant to do that? Like we can sell the farm. He can become my assistant. And I'm just kidding. All right, so here we go. I'm going to turn my burner off. And we'll try to do this without burning myself and without making a mess. We're just going to pour oh my goodness. Does that not look like it's going to be delicious? All right, I didn't cut my burner off. I cut it on low. All right. So I'm going to get this over in the crock pot, the lid on it on low, and it's going to just hang out till supper time. Now, let's clean up. And then we'll move on to whatever else we've got coming for supper. I need to peel potatoes and go ahead and get them in the water just so I don't have to do it at the last minute. I'll go ahead and open the can of green beans and get them in the pot ready to turn on. The tea has been made. It's been steeped, you know, almost boiled and then steeped. And so all I have to do to that is pour it in the pitcher and add sugar. And the pasta salad's already made, the cake's made, then just biscuits. So, all right. So I'm going to clean up, get stuff in the dishwasher, and meet you back for whatever we do next. So Papa has taken the boys a ride on the Gator, and I have come in the house and I have turned the potatoes on. I've turned the green beans on. I have poured up the tea, and I have gotten out my Formula L for my biscuits. I have some messes on the floor to clean up where stuff has gotten dropped. But anyway, we're almost ready for me to finish fixing supper. I've shut my windows, much to my unhappiness, but I know my family will get here and complain, so I've shut all the windows and turned the air on. Well, hello, we're here in the kitchen and I have a helper. He wanted to help make biscuits.
I'm Levi.
That's Levi. You're not going to be the baby for long, are you?
No.
Have you told him what you've got coming?
We got plastic and we got...
He got plastic. He's been hunting outside. They have been investigating some of the old buildings. And he found a piece of glass. And what did that piece of glass do?
It was breaking.
And it cut you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he found plastic. And but what do you have at your... We've washed our hands, but now I got to wash this. What do you have at your house, or that's in Mommy's belly?
A baby.
So you're going to have a baby what?
A baby boy.
A baby brother. You're going to have a baby brother, and you're going to get to be the big brother.
No way!
Yes way! So we've impeccably washed hands, and now we've washed this. All right, so what I like to do is I like to dip it in here and just coat it with some of that flour stuff and then press it down. Very good. Don't twist it, just press straight down and straight up, and then we'll come over here and we'll dip it again.
All
right. Push down. Very good.
Those are like eyeballs.
Yeah. I'll do this one. Here, you go ahead and do this one, and then I'll do the ones that's on far away. All right, guys, we're going to cut out biscuits. We'll see you in a little bit.
You want green beans?
Yeah.
Is that enough?
What you getting, Caroline?
Cube steak.
No, we're gonna get you here. Got your little cube steak right there, okay? Biscuits are on the table, okay? Hold it with both hands like this. Grab it like this. There you go.
Amen.
Good job, baby.
Lord is great, God is good. Let us thank you for our food, blessed and the other bread. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so hey everyone, that dish last night, that supper last night was absolutely amazing. Bryant's favorite, that is his dream supper, that is absolutely his favorite, and I need to start doing it more often for him. But it was so good, so I wanted to just tune in real quick and tell you that it was absolutely delicious, and it was great having the whole family here together. It was wonderful. And so yeah, I'm going to end today's video right here. We'll pick up tomorrow where this one is leaving off. We're just going to pick right back up. And so let me just say thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did so. Share my videos on your social media. I appreciate you guys more than you can imagine. So I'll see you guys next time. Remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.